If you're wondering which bread machine is best to buy, in this video, I'm going to share with you a side-by-side comparison of these three bread machines that I've purchased and use in my home kitchen. Hi everyone, I'm Veronica, a former professional chef turned homemaker, and I love sharing all kinds of small kitchen appliance tutorials. I love using bread machines, yogurt makers, my Instant Pot, my nut milk machine, and a bunch of other things in the kitchen to make food for my family. I love making things from scratch and homemade versions of things that you would normally buy at the store, and bread is definitely one of those. Now, I know there's a lot of stigma about bread machines, and people are kind of judgy when it comes to bread machines because they think that making bread in a bread machine is like lazy or cheating. But honestly, if your family is like mine and is constantly asking you to make things like bread, tortillas, pasta dough, pizza dough, things like that, but you're busy like I am, then the bread machine is actually a game changer because all you have to do is basically put ingredients into it, and then you press start and it literally can make the dough for you, and it can even bake the bread right in the little machine for you with basically no hands on. So I can actually preset the bread machine and have it ready to go, and I can be serving my family fresh bread, fresh pasta, fresh pizza dough, all kinds of stuff without having to put in barely any work. Now, the next question is which bread machine to buy. There are honestly so many different bread machines available on the market, and there's different bread machines that meet different needs and budgets. So in today's video, let's go over these three models that I actually purchased with my own money and use in my kitchen on a regular basis to prepare things like breads and tortillas and stuff like that for my family. So there are some basic things to consider when buying a bread machine, and the first one that let's just talk about is size. So depending on how much space you actually have to store small kitchen appliances, I always recommend before you buy something to make sure that you know where you're going to store it, because I've run into this problem where I have too many small kitchen appliances and they're just taking over my kitchen, and it can be a serious problem. So make sure that you actually have space for the machine before you purchase it. Now, the first one here is the Elite Gourmet. This is actually the cheapest bread machine that I've found on the internet. So this is actually a really great budget machine, but it's also really small and compact. So this thing fits underneath a cabinet really well and actually can make up to a 2-pound loaf in there. So I really like that for those features. And there's actually just a lot of features on this one. But in terms of size, this one is the smallest. Now, the other two that I have here is the Naretva. This is the 3.3-pound bread machine. This one is actually going to help you make the largest amount of dough and bread at one time. As far as any other machine that I've found available on the market, this one makes the biggest loaves. And surprisingly, it's actually smaller than this one. This one is the Panasonic S 2550 model. This one is actually sold in a lot of different countries. It has slightly different names and variations, but they're pretty much all the similar functions over here. So be sure to check it out. I'm not sure which country you're in. I'm in the United States of America. So this is the SR2550 model available on Amazon. And I do share links in the description below to all three of these bread machines. I've purchased them online, and there's several retailers that offer them. So check out all of the pricing comparisons in the links in the description below, as well as on YouTube in the product shelf, because you might want to shop around to find the best deal. Okay, the next thing to consider is capacity, like basically how much bread or dough can you prepare in the machine. So the smallest one here, the Elite Gourmet, does make 2-pound loaves. It makes a 1-pound, 1.5-pound, and 2-pound. So you can actually make smaller loaves in this machine. So if you're feeding maybe 1 to 2 or 3 people, this is pretty much ideal, especially for small spaces. All right, the next size up is this one. This is the Panasonic. This one can make up to 2-pound loaves as well. So actually it's a pretty similar capacity as the other machine. But the one benefit to this is it makes more of a rectangle type of loaf than the Elite Gourmet, which makes more of a taller loaf. As you can see, this pan is a lot taller and narrower than the Panasonic. Now, like I said before, this one makes really big loaves. It makes up to 3.3-pound loaves. You can't make those 1-pound loaves like the Elite Gourmet, so you cannot make smaller loaves in this. You can make 1,000 grams, 1,500 or 1,250 gram loaves. So it goes up to 3.3 pounds. And this one, I like this because it makes the longest, most rectangle shaped loaf. So this is going to look more like a bread loaf that you'd buy at the store. However, all of these can just make the dough for you, and then you could take the dough and bake it in whatever baking pan that you prefer in the oven. So the shape doesn't have to be the shape that's like in the bread machine canister. You can shape it to whatever you want it to be. All right, now features. So each machine has a different philosophy. Basically, the Elite Gourmet focuses on simplicity and plenty of programs, but it's designed to be affordable and easy for beginners. So I found that this is probably my go-to machine for a lot of really quick recipes that I'm not making a large batch. Because it is small, it's really lightweight, and it's easy to maneuver, and it can stay on my countertop easily because it's so small. The other ones I kind of have to store away because they're very big. Now, if you are like a precision baker, this is the machine I'm going to recommend for you. This is actually, in my opinion, better than the Zojirushi brand, which is a more expensive brand actually, but has the same capacity and similar features. This one though has a dual sensor, which means this is going to actually monitor the temperature in your atmosphere here and then adjust accordingly. The other machines do not do that. These ones have just basic settings, and the machine follows the settings no matter the temperature in your kitchen or wherever you're baking at. They're just going to follow their settings. This one has the dual sensor, so it's actually going to adjust accordingly to prepare the best loaves. And then it also has specialized kneading and manual settings that you can set to be really flexible with how you want to use this machine. And then it does have the nut and raisin dispenser. That is nice because if you want to add anything like nuts or raisins or chocolate chips or any type of seeds, you can put them into here, and then this will automatically dump them into the bread at the according time. So this is actually really functional, and if you want precision baking, the Panasonic is a really, really great model. Now, the Naretva, this model here focuses on capacity, so it can make those really large batches of dough and really large loaves, and power. This one has the most power out of all the bread machines I've seen on the market, and it's also the largest capacity that I've seen. So this one has 850 watts of power. Most other machines just have about 700. They kind of vary a little bit, but this one is the highest power, highest capacity, and it also has a really nice aesthetic look. It also has that fruit and nut dispenser. It's a little bit different. You actually have to take this out and then fill it and then slide this back in. So it's a little more manual like that as opposed to the Panasonic. But if you're looking for power, capacity, that's this one, which is why I recently purchased this one, because I want to be able to make larger batches of dough and larger loaves so that I don't have to be baking bread as often. Okay, the next thing to consider is bread quality, and I have a whole playlist on bread machine recipes and tutorials, so I'm gonna direct you there for actual bread quality so you can see for yourself. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel because I'm constantly sharing all different types of recipes and how to use these machines. But I was actually really surprised with the Elite Gourmet. Like I said, this kind of ends up being my go-to workhorse in the kitchen because it's small, but I found that the loaves are very consistent. They come out really well, and everyone really seems to like the bread that comes out of this really cheap machine. Now, the Panasonic, this one has a whole dedicated following. There's even like a Facebook group that you can join that literally specifically uses the Panasonic, and it has a really dedicated following. So I do really like that. And because there is such a following, there's a lot of recipes online about using the Panasonic bread machine. And I found by searching through the reviews on things like Amazon, there's a lot of really consistent results. And I think that's because of the advanced kneading and the temperature control for the Panasonic. And this one, I just did the unboxing video, so I honestly haven't even baked with it yet, but stay tuned because I'm going to be baking and using this a lot, especially to make larger loaves. But I really appreciate that, and that's why I'm really excited to try this one out. Now, in terms of baking the bread, the pan is also really important. This is something you kind of have to weigh before you actually purchase one of these machines. Now, there's a lot of talk about Teflon coated materials, and the one downside, honestly, to the Panasonic that I get the most complaints about is that it does have a Teflon pan. Now, it looks like it's scratched in there, but that's actually just like, I don't know what that is. It's like bread that I can't get out. But I have not scratched this. If you don't put any metal in there to scrape, like I would not use a metal spatula to try and get the bread out or anything. I'd use wood or silicone or plastic. But just avoid using any type of metal to scrub the inside of the canister, and you should be good with not getting any of the Teflon off. But it's supposedly, they say that Teflon is safe up to, high temperatures. And there's just, some people are concerned, some people are not. I still do use this machine. It has a Teflon coated pan, but that is one thing that people do kind of complain about. I'm hoping that they come out with a ceramic pan sometime, but I haven't seen any news about that. Now, the Naretva does come with a ceramic pan standard, so I love that. It also has two kneading paddles there, which help really disperse the dough into that really large rectangle pan. And the Elite Gourmet also has a ceramic pan, which I think is awesome, especially for a budget machine. You already get that standard in this Elite Gourmet. In fact, I've seen a lot of the Elite Gourmet branded products come with this, it's called Ceralast, and that's their ceramic pans. So they actually use a lot of their products they make with ceramic coated pans. Now, another thing to consider is the ease of use. So all three of these are pretty straightforward, and they have really great manuals that really help you understand how to use the machine. I'd say the Elite Gourmet was probably the easiest to navigate. It's very simple, it's pretty straightforward, and the manual is probably the shortest manual that I've seen. Now, the Naretva has like this digital display, which I've already started playing with, and it just is a little bit of a learning curve, but it doesn't seem to be that difficult. It's different than this one here, the Panasonic, which has more of like a manual button pressing, and all of the settings are right here. You just choose the setting, you choose the crust color and the size of the loaf and the time that you want to start it, and then you press start. So this one's really easy to actually figure out as well. Now, in terms of the recipes that come with these, let me show you the different recipes. So like I said, the Elite Gourmet manual was pretty short, but I do like to actually go online and look at the manuals. You could pretty much find the manuals for all of these online. So what I do is I actually print out the recipes so that I don't damage the manual itself, and I can make little notes here. So what I did was I printed these out. This is what the recipes look like for the Elite Gourmet. There's basically one recipe for each of the menu programs. So it's pretty simple, but I am going to tell you that a lot of these have too much salt. In fact, the French bread here has 3 teaspoons of salt, and I would highly recommend not doing that because it tasted so salty I couldn't eat the French bread. So I would definitely, these recipes are okay. They have come out fine. The basic one is really good. My family really likes that one. But see, they come in only cup measurements, and I've had to convert those into weight measurements because it's pretty hard to measure out like 5.5 tablespoons of water. Okay, it's easier to just measure 340 grams. So the recipes are not bad, but the salt is way too much for the Elite Gourmet. Here's what the Naretva manual looks like. This one's actually all color. It's really nice quality, and they have recipes. It looks like they have more than one recipes per program, which is nice. And this is what they look like. They actually come in weight as well as volume measurements, so that's really helpful because I do like to use that scale, and I don't want to have to convert everything like I've had to do with the Elite Gourmet. Now, the Panasonic bread machine, they come with recipes like, oh my gosh, so many recipes. And like I said, this one is available throughout like a bunch of different countries. So they have different models. As you can see, like there's different models listed right there, and different recipe manuals. Okay, this is not actually the exact manual recipes that came with my machine. I had to can't find that manual right now, so I went ahead and printed these off from a different Panasonic manual. But look how many different variations of recipes. Like, they have so many Panasonic recipes. It's really awesome, and they're pretty simple. You just have to kind of get used to how to read their recipes, and once you do, you're off to the races, because look how many different recipes, and this is just one manual. Like, honestly, there's so many other Panasonic bread machine manuals out there with even more recipes. And lastly, cleaning. So cleaning is important. You definitely want to wipe these out. I would just use like a damp cloth or even a dry cloth to wipe them out on the inside. And then you can also, I hand wash all of the canisters because I'm a little nervous to put them in my dishwasher. I don't want to like ruin the canisters. But if you do, I found that there's actually replacement parts that you can purchase on places like Amazon, like replacement kneading paddles and canisters. So you can always get an extra one, but it is obviously an extra cost. But that's pretty much it in terms of cleaning. They're not that difficult to clean, and they're all pretty similar. So my basic overview is who should buy each one. This one is for 1 to 3 people, and if you're on a budget or you just want to experiment with a bread machine but you don't want to commit to price, this one is actually very reasonably priced and makes the largest loaf. So this is best for large families or people that want to batch prep dough or bread. And then this one is for definitely people who are like really wanting specific types of quality bread and don't mind about the Teflon machine. Canister. Well, anyways, I hope that you check out my playlist of bread machine recipes and tutorials to see how these machines actually work in action. And I hope that you like this video. And if you are interested in purchasing any of these, be sure to check out my affiliate links in the description below. When you shop using my affiliate links, all you do is you click the link. It'll take you directly to the place to purchase. I earn a commission for recommending these to you and providing content and tutorials for you at no additional cost to you. And that's actually a direct way that you can support my channel without costing anything. So thank you so much in advance for shopping with my affiliate links. Also, check out my Amazon storefront where I share all kinds of kitchen tools that I love using for my family. And these are my chef recommendations. So I hope that you enjoyed. And I want to hear your questions, your comments in the comments below. So please send me your questions because that actually helps me make even more content based on your questions. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.